August 1, 2012, Saint Michael Archangel August 1, 2012 at 1:00 p.m. Meditation Garden, St. Rosalie's Parish, Hampton Bays, New York, USA. Message from St. Michael the Archangel. A message to the people of the United States of America. A demonic possession of your once great country has now been achieved by the minions of Satan, the evil one who is attempting to thwart God's plan for all of you, the children of God. You have been duped by your leaders and your politicians into a belief that you live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Alas, you can no longer hold claim to such a title that has been diminished in your country ever since its founding. Little by little, the evil one has been whittling away at your once held and cherished beliefs that you are truly a republic under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. You have been deluded through the centuries since the founding of your country by even those who originally founded these United States. Because of their Masonic beliefs and connections, they sinisterly created a shadow government that is ruled by the evil one from the dark realms, and he has had many minions doing his work in your earthly realms, who are driven by power, materialism, and greed to turn this once great nation into what it has become, an oppressive and draconian system of power and control over you as citizens. It is the evil one who is in control over your government, your institutions, and many of your universities and schools. This once great nation has become sinister and corrupt. You have created laws and philosophies that have denigrated the very concept of life. You murder your children who are yet to be born, and you have passed laws and have accepted the demonic doctrine of free choice to obfuscate the very existence of life in the womb. Of all of the sins of this country, the sin against life itself is the most outrageous and grievous affront to your Lord and Maker. You have championed your country as a leader in the free world to warn against terrorism around the world. Yet, you have become the country that has caused more terrorism and war in the world than any other country in the modern world. Of course, you do not want to see it this way, because you have become brainwashed by your leaders into thinking that your country is the greatest democracy and that you stand for freedom in the world. Unfortunately, from the spiritual realms, your actions as a country are not viewed well by the Father in heaven who has created all of you. You must wake up to the truth that you are no longer the once great nation that you aspired to be. This is because the shadow government that has taken control of your country does not answer to the Father in heaven but to his enemy, Satan, the ruler of the netherworld, who has come to your earthly realms to wreak havoc and destruction on all of humanity. You have sat idly by as the Masonic forces have corrupted and manipulated your laws so that they can control all of you in this country to their own personal benefit, as well as for the benefit of the evil one. You have allowed your legislative entities to become corrupted by the evil one, because you have placed politicians in high offices, who willingly admitted that they were doing the work of Satan by their promulgating laws against the very child in the womb. You have lost your moral compass as a nation, and you are now being dismantled and destroyed because of your unwillingness to recognize not only the meaning of life but the sacredness of life. You have been given many warnings throughout the centuries by men and women of morals and courage to recognize the difference between right and wrong, as your forefathers attempted to do in the creation of this country. Alas, from the very beginning, the evil one has been whittling away at you as a nation to the point now where you have become totally corrupted and without a moral compass to do what is right in the eyes of your Lord and Savior. You have already been given many warnings in the past to correct your ways as a nation, and now it appears that you have not listened to God and what He has planned for the future of this country. As a result, You are now experiencing exactly what you had been warned would happen if you did not return your country to the ways of the Lord and Savior. The destruction of your nation as a republic or as a democracy has now been completed by your very own leaders and power brokers, who conspired against the best interests of the citizenry for their own personal interests, which are materialism, and greed, and power over the rest of humanity. As you have been warned in the past, your nation will be reduced to rubble if you do not turn the tide of evil around and implement the plan of the Father in heaven to save not only your country but all of humanity. You are, therefore, now in the end times when great and significant events take place that will result in a transformation of humanity for the better. But the beginning stages of these events consist of global geophysical and geopolitical events that are not pleasing for you, but the events that are taking place and that will continue to take place are necessary to purge the world of the evil that has gripped the world. Too often you have been asked to make a stand with your Father in heaven to turn the tide of humanity for the better. Since you have not responded in kind, the terrible events will continue to unfold. Your best position now is to take up spiritual arms with the Father in heaven so that you and your family members and friends will survive through the difficult times ahead. Fortunately for all of humanity, the Father in heaven has great mercy for his children and he will support those who respond to his call. Therefore, once again, you are being called upon to turn your undivided allegiance to your Father in heaven so that you may become powerful spiritual warriors during these end times. Message ended 1:34 p.m. Street. Michael the Archangel.